So find a comfortable seat on your mat. If you have a block or a bolster or a blanket to get your hips above your knees, that is best to give those hip flexors a chance to open up and soften. And find your sit bones and connect them into the earth beneath you or the block or the bolster, moving your flesh of the seat out of the way and rooting, connecting, centering downward. And take a moment to arrive there. For those of you who I may not know yet, my name's Jessie Mahoney, and I am a coach and a pediatrician and a yoga teacher, and I lead in-person retreats in beautiful places and teach these classes most Saturdays, occasionally on Sundays. So it's lovely to have you. Please adapt and accommodate as you need. And today's class, I always like to bring in a theme, and today's class is actually on building motivation and strength. And so for today in particular, opt out if anything feels like it's too uncomfortable. I think we often, in the name of building strength, cause harm. And so in yoga, we focus on ahimsa, which is do no harm. And the invitation in today's class of building strength is to do it from a place of kindness and inspiration and purpose and your future self, how you would like to feel in life. And so we'll focus on that as we move through class. And so in the beginning of class, we like to feel settled and grounded. And to find your ischial spines and connect them downward, tilt your pelvis forward, engage your belly, wrapping a nice tight hug around your waist. Stack your spine and vertebrae one atop the other, lengthening the spine, growing as tall as you can towards the sky. Reach the crown of your head all the way towards the sky, taking in a huge drink of breath, pouring it down your lungs, your throat, and a huge exhale, let it out. And another big breath in through your nose, filling every nook and cranny with the breath. The breath is a tool to strength, creating space and capacity, breathing in, feeding every cell, and a huge exhale, releasing tension, tightness, anything that's weighing you down. And another big breath in through your nose. If you'd like to close your eyes as you do this, feel free. And an exhale, release. And pause. And just notice how you feel for a moment. Notice your hands perhaps on your thighs, perhaps facing downward, connecting the palm of the hand into the thighs, perhaps rubbing skin to skin, feeling the strength of your arms and the connection of one body part to the other. And drawing your attention back to your belly, to your solar plexus, engaging your belly muscles, your core and your center, noticing the strength there. Engaging the muscles around your spine as you inhale and grow tall. Filling your lungs and exhaling, breathing out. And pause for a moment and just notice how you feel. Eyes can be closed or a light loose gaze in front of you. And I invite you here to bring a hand to heart and another hand atop, knowing that our heart is actually a tremendous source of strength, of inspiration and motivation. When we do things that are heart-centered, they tend to happen. When we do things from the heart, from a place of desire and from a place of meaning and connection to our heart space, those are things that we make happen, the changes that we make, the ones that we've been wanting to do. But when we really desire something and we connect with our heart, that's when things happen, change happens. So the invitation here is to listen to your heart from a place of strength, knowing that our hearts are incredibly strong muscles working on our behalf every day, all day, every minute, every second. Breathing in, pouring the breath into the back of the heart space, nourishing that back side of the heart, giving the heart room to fill so it can use its strength to eject that well-nourished blood everywhere to help us strengthen everything else. Letting it out. Another big breath in, sending the breath to every cell in the heart, letting our hearts be strong and full, and noticing that they're strongest when they're soft. They're strongest when they allow themselves to fill, not when they are restricted and tight. That actually causes heart failure. So taking that invitation of the breath and the filling and the nourishing is a way of strengthening ourselves. And a huge exhale once again, noticing hand to heart, connecting with the strength of your heart and the strength of desire and the strength of wishes. And I invite you here to think about your future self and think about that self that you want to be, the one that feels good and strong and capable, the one that's living from choice, living from possibility, and living from the belief that you can do the things that you would like. Connecting with that version of you and inviting yourself to strengthen your strengths to get there. Noticing what your strengths are, the things that you want to take with you, the things that you'd like to grow. Breathing in more of those things that you'd like to go, the thing with you, to bring with you. And exhaling the things that get in the way of that. Breathing in your strengths, those places where you are particularly wise, particularly strong. And exhaling those things that drag you down, weigh you down, get in the way. Tiny shifts, huge breaths allow tiny shifts, subtle, significant, and even a 1% shift in focus can make a huge difference. Breathing in once again, this idea of where you are strong, the things you do well, and the things you'd like to grow. A huge exhale, once again, letting out the stagnant, heavy stuff, leaving it behind as we begin. And drawing your attention back to hand to heart, sending your heart good wishes for the journey, and sending yourself kindness and appreciation for the journey thus far, and the journey that you might like ahead. Connecting with this idea that when we move ahead from a place of strength, it feels good. It feels inspired. It's more motivating rather than thinking about all the things we haven't done and our spots we need to work on. Focusing on what is good, what does work well, and what you would like more of and what you would like to strengthen. Breathing in this idea of strength and how good it feels to feel strong from within. And exhale, let it out. And pause for a moment, just enjoying how you feel in this moment. And as you sit enjoying, notice your belly holding you strong, sitting up nice and tall. Notice your hands pressing inward, your arms engaged. Lots of things in your body working here, allowing you to relax. Use the breath as a source of strength. And exhale, let it out. And we'll bring our hands together at heart center, rubbing them together, creating warmth and heat and energy. Press your thumbs into your sternum, connecting the thumb edges together, the palms together, the finger pads together, and pressing the thumbs into the sternum. Noticing your strength there, hands pressing in, connecting with that bone. And taking in an inhale here and an exhale. And pausing to set your own intention around perhaps growing strength or becoming something that you would like to be more of. Moving in a direction that feels stronger, more in control, and with more choice. Letting go of focusing on things that are out of your control, and instead deciding what you would like to grow, what you would like to strengthen, and how good that might feel when you do. Taking in an in-breath of all that good stuff that feels good. And an exhale, let it out. You'll lower your hands and open your eyes and let the light in and just notice how you feel already, connecting to what's strong and grounded and what you would like and desire. Taking a moment here once again to move the flesh of your seat and reconnect your sit bones into the earth, We're going to engage our belly and our solar plexus and our navel as a tremendous source of strength. Bring your hands by your sides. Inhale, reach them up towards the sky. Right thumb and middle finger will grab the left wrist. Reach tall, 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 both side bodies. Inhale and grow tall, all the way from the belly and the solar plexus through your armpits, through your hands. Everything strong and tall. Huge drink of breath in. Exhale, tip slightly to the right. Left side body stretches a bit. Everything in your belly holding you tall. Inhale, reach tall once again with a slight tilt to the right. And tug that left wrist. Stretch the whole left side body. Coming back to center, switch the clasp of your hands. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall once again. Lengthen the whole right side body. Exhale, tip to the left and enjoy the whole right side body. Sending the breath to every muscle fiber that supports you. Inhale this strength through the whole line of the right side body, using your belly and your solar plexus to hold you tall. Stretching, exhale, release and tug and enjoy. Coming back to center, interlace your fingers, flip your palms up towards the sky, shimmy your elbows back towards your ears. Inhale, tuck your pelvis forward, engage your belly and align your spine as you reach your palms towards the sky. Everything strong and keeping you tall and safe, growing long with the strength and the breath. Exhale, round forward and suck your navel all the way back, using every muscle fiber to press backwards towards the spine. Palms reach forward, enjoying this stretch and all those little muscle fibers waking up here. Inhale, reach tall, slight arch back. And exhale, round forward, tuck your belly, using those tiny muscle fibers, waking them up, sending them breath and love. Inhale, reach tall, once again, slight arch back. Open your arms out to the side walls. Engage every arm muscle. Your wrists will flex, finger pads will reach towards the sky, and your palms will face towards the side walls. Spread your fingers wide, engaging every little muscle fiber in the fingers. Pinch your scapula together and enjoy how good it feels to use these muscles, to strengthen them. Fingers stretched wide, scapulas pinching together, everything tight, tight, tight. Exhale, release. Squeeze your fists tight, 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 engaging every little muscle fiber in the arms. Arms are tight, fists punching out. Stretch your fingers wide, all the little muscles in your fingers. Squeeze your hands tight and stretch your fingers wide. Lower your arms towards the earth. Scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears and drop your occiput into the shoulders and enjoy the release. And exhale, lower and enjoy for a moment, noticing all the tingles and the waking up. Wiggle your fingers and notice how you feel. We're going to stretch our legs long out in front, coming down to your sit bones. You can move the block out of the way, or if you need a blanket for your tight hamstrings, do that. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way to connect your ischial spines downward. Knees can be slightly bent. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward. Your belly is still engaged here, tight, wrapping, taking good care of your back. Reach your arms up towards the sky, and we'll exhale towards our toes, coming into a forward fold, everything engaged and strong. Head lowers towards the knees, lowering your knees towards the floor, waking up the back body here, waking up the legs, allowing yourself to fold forward another smidge. Release the head and neck, sending that blood flow to the tightness in the back of the legs. The blood flow is strengthening, opening, and enjoy it. Stretch your toes wide here, every little muscle fiber in the toes waking up. And relax, and point your toes towards the front. Flex your ankles towards your nose and enjoy. Turn your toes outward both and inward. Noticing these subtle movements can create shifts. Point your right toe and flex your left toe. Point your left toe and flex your right toe. Coming back to center, use your belly today as you roll up inch by inch, unrolling the vertebrae, using the whole belly, waking it up, taking good care of your back, sliding your hands up your thighs inch by inch by inch by inch. We're going to sweep our feet around, coming to hands and knees. And we're going to be on our hands and a bit here and in downward dog. So if you have tender wrists, Him says, do no harm. You can have your hands as a fist or flat, but take good care of your wrists here, or maybe take turns. As you come to hands and knees, hands will be directly under your shoulders, knees will be hips width. Engage your belly here. Inhale, arch into cow pose, warming up your spine and stretching those belly fibers that we've awakened this morning. Exhale, round, suck the navel all the way up towards the sky, rounding in a full cut. Inhale for cow once again. Stick your sit bones all the way towards the sky. Front of the chest opens, belly opens, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, come back to tabletop. If you are able with your wrists, palms flat on the earth, spread your fingers wide, equal pie shapes. Connect the palmar surfaces flat to the earth. Engage your elbows and humeral heads into the shoulder sockets. Engage your belly. Stretch your right leg long. Your toe will be on the floor. Belly engaged. Inhale, lift your right leg up to hip height a little bit below and pause. Take a moment to make sure your hips are flat towards the floor and your belly is taking good care of your back. Exhale, reach your left hand long, coming into a balanced pose. From a place of inner strength, stretch your left fingers long and your right heel long, long, long. A long, beautiful line from the fingers all the way to the heels. Noticing everything that's working here to keep you balanced. Breathing in and out. 2 more breaths. Reaching long, stretching tall, growing strength. And use the breath. We get stronger when we breathe, when we create space, when we nourish ourselves well. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, bring your elbow to knee underneath you. Inhale, reach long again. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long again. Once again, elbow to knee under you. Tuck it tight, tight, tight. Exhale, reach long, stretch, and enjoy. Lower your left hand to the earth. Lower your right toes to the earth. Drop your right heel to the earth. You're going to reach your right arm up towards the sky, coming into gate pose. Exhale, your right arm's going to extend over the right ear, and the right side body's going to enjoy this delicious stretch for a moment. Breathing into every nook and cranny, bathing the waist fibers. Huge breath in, nourishing everything. On the exhale, if you want to raise your right foot up to hip height and do a little balance, see how that feels. Reach those left fingers long, long, long. Sorry, right fingers, right heel, the opposite direction. Lower that right heel to the earth. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Right hand's going to come into the left hip crease. Gaze upward and open the shoulder, looking up. Notice the outer edge of the right foot and lower it to the floor. Subtle little shifts. Make a big change here. Reach that right arm up towards the sky once again. Lowering it down, come to hands and knees and wiggle your hips. Perhaps a cat-cow here to be kind to your spine. Always kindness, do no harm. As you strengthen, you won't strengthen if you do harm, and you won't want to. Growing motivation is about making it feel good. Coming back to a flat tabletop. Take good care of your hands here. Notice if you want your palms flat or your wrists. Engage your belly, extend the left leg long behind, toes on the earth. Inhale, raise your left heel to a little below hip height and pause. Flat belly, flat to the floor. Huge inhale and exhale. Notice your hands, if they're not under your shoulders, you may feel tippy. When you're ready, raise your right hand, right fingers, left heel, reaching towards the back, balance. Lengthen and enjoy your strength here. Notice what's working. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Adding a little lightness and fun makes noticing and enjoying and growing strength feel better. Lengthen with the inhale. Exhale, tuck that knee underneath you, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch long and enjoy the stretch. Exhale, fold under, enjoy the fold. Inhale, stretch long, 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 long. Once again, elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, stretch long. Lower your right hand, lower your left toes, drop your left heel to the right, reach that left hand up towards the sky, coming into gate post. Take a moment to connect with the outer edge of the left foot. Exhale that right arm left arm over the left ear. Reach your left fingertips as long as you can. I'm trying to switch to black tea from coffee and it clearly doesn't work quite as well. Breathing into every nook and cranny of the left side body here. Huge breath in. If you would like, raise that left leg to tabletop height, coming into a balanced gait. Notice here everything in your body that works together. Pretty impressive, the strength of those tiny muscles holding you here, appreciating them. Noticing how good it feels to use them. When we connect with how good it feels, how good it will feel, how we love to feel strong, it makes the process much more joyful and motivates us. Lower that left foot. Reach the left hand to the sky. Drop the left hand into the right hip crease. Gaze upward. Release the shoulders, the neck. If your neck doesn't like this, do something else. Huge breath into the heart space, bathing that heart. It's a muscle working for us all the time. Growing strength there and remembering that it grows strength by softening. A lot of strength comes when we relax and soften in. The gripping gets in the way. Reaching that left hand up towards the sky. Coming back to tabletop. And we'll come into child's pose. Dropping your rear end towards your heels. Extend your fingers long. Remembering that the more you do, the more you rest. And that the muscles need replenishment to grow stronger. Starving muscles and exhausted people don't grow stronger. They grow reactive and brittle. So taking this moment in child's pose to replenish, to restore, to send the breath wherever it would feel good. And noticing how good these muscles feel, different ones, then perhaps you waken on usual mornings and enjoy it. Enjoy your armpits and your shoulders. Wiggle the fingers as far forward as you can. Bathing every nook and cranny of the back and the belly and the waist and the hips with breath. When you're ready, we'll come up to hands and knees and downward dog. Curling your toes, lift your hips up, and take a moment here in downward dog to get comfy. Walk the dog, pedal your feet. Notice your hands. Take really good care of your wrists. Spread your fingers wide, wide, wide. All 10 knuckles will press towards the floor, the palmar surface. Flatten the palms and notice if that takes good care of your wrists. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Press into your hands, your arms, and reach your sit bones towards the sky. Lower your forehead towards the floor. And enjoy downward dog. Notice the activation in the arms and the shoulders. Realizing that this is a strengthening pose, and yet you're kind of upside down, enjoying lots of things at the same time. And so that growing strength doesn't have to be hard. It can be fun and interesting and different. Lifting up high, high, high on your tippy toes, as high as you can. Press into your hands, arms, shoulders, reach your hips all the way back. Lower your forehead towards the floor and enjoy it here for a moment. Lower both heels, enjoy that. And notice here, notice the muscles in your hands working, your arms, your forearms, your upper arms, your shoulders. Wrap your shoulders and your armpits towards the middle. Engage your belly, reach your sit bones high, high, high. And enjoy. Press those heels towards the floor.
Lots of things here working. Notice the left ball of your foot. Engage your belly across the front and raise your right leg towards the sky into a three-legged dog. Press your right heel into the back wall. Everything's strong. Pressing that heel into the back wall. Firm, firm, firm. Lots of work. And lots of delicious feelings here. When muscles are getting blood flow, feels good. Breathing in, sending the breath. Don't forget to breathe. Right heel reaches into the back wall. Bend the right knee, stack your hips, open your hip, and roll your right ankle out. Your arms here will waken up a little bit. Take good care of your wrists, roll your ankle in the opposite direction. Bathing everything with breath and movement. Movement also allows strength. Sometimes we just need to move. Moving blood flow, shifting energy. Re-square your hips. Coming back to three-legged dog. Press that right heel into the wall, lowering it down. Coming back to downward dog. Take a moment to take the weight out of your wrists, walk side to side. Lift up onto your tippy toes towards the sky once again. Drop your heels. And just notice your shoulders might be calling out for a moment here. Be kind to your wrists. Engage your belly. Right ball of the foot engages into the earth. Raise your left foot, coming into three-legged dog. Ankle is flexed. Heel reaches towards the wall. Engage. Everything feels good. Lots of energy, feeling alive. Noticing that a stronger self feels more alive, has more energy. So rather than focusing on hard things, can you focus on feeling good, feeling energetic? Sometimes when we want something, we can focus on the future self and how it will feel. It's a much more fun project. Press the left heel into the back wall. Engage everything. Bend the left knee, stack the hips, and send some love to the left glute, the left ankle. And sending love to your wrists, your forearms, your shoulders. Lots of things here. Reach the left heel towards the back wall. Three-legged dog, everything engaged. Once again, strong, strong, strong. Lower the left foot. Walk your hands back towards your hips, coming into a forward fold. Grasp your elbows, wrists up off the floor, and let them rest. You can roll them out if you want. Notice what feels good here. Time and kindness towards your wrists, which may be feeling tender. You can lightly hold your elbows and allow your back to release, your head and neck to release. Lifting up all 10 toes, spreading them wide, lowering them down. Engage the sole of the foot, all 4 corners of the foot. Release your hands, engage your belly, and roll up, inch by inch, using tiny muscle fibers in your belly as you stand up tall. And be kind when you arrive. Let the blood flow, adjust and adapt. We were upside down for quite a bit. Giving yourself time to transition and replenish and adjust and accommodate. Wiggle your fingers lightly and your toes lightly. And just notice for a moment what feels good, what feels awakened and energized. And wouldn't it be nice to feel a little bit more that way? Huge nourishing breath pouring in through your nose and sending it to every nook and cranny, to the fingers, to the toes. And on the release, letting go of anything heavy that came up, that got shifted around when you were upside down. And bring a hand to heart and another hand atop. Connecting with that heart space energy. Connecting with desire, how you want to feel. What parts of you would you like to strengthen? And how might that help you? What's your why of wanting more of those things? Is it how you'd like to feel in life? Would it allow you more joy? Would it allow you to climb more mountains? Hold more grandchildren? I have a new grandson who's not light.
And so I'm going to be working on my arms a bit so I can enjoy carrying more of him for longer. Huge breath in to the heart space, thinking about that desire, thinking about what you would like to grow and what you would be able to do or feel if you did that. And a huge exhale, release and enjoy. Lower your hands by your sides. Coming into Tadasana, mountain pose, which is a pose of tremendous inner strength. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Engage your calves and your chins. Engage your knees, engage your thighs, engage your belly, tuck your pelvis in. Align your spine all the way up through your core to your heart space. Heart is light. Continue aligning your spine all the way up through your neck, through the crown of your head. Hands are still light. Huge breath in. Crown of the head grows an inch or two with the breath. And exhale, drop the shoulders, release what's not needed, and coming into the strongest mountain pose. Taking a moment here to notice your strength. Everything is engaged in mountain pose. Huge breath in, nourishing every engaged cell. And exhale, letting it out, tightening your belly, tightening those paraspinal muscles, taking good care of everything. And notice how you feel. Bringing your hands to heart center, belly still engaged. Lifting up onto your tippy toes. There'll be some wobbles. Press your hands, palms together, finger pads together, and thumbs come into the sternum to help you balance. And finding a spot on the floor, maybe 6 feet in front of you that's not moving. Don't look at a tree blowing in the breeze or something else moving. High up on your tippy toes, sending blood flow into the calves, lifting high, high, high. Slowly, we're going to lower down towards the earth, bending our knees, pressing the thumbs into the sternum. Legs will be alive here, sending blood flow to all the little nooks and crannies as you lower your sit bones towards the floor, up on your tippy toes, trying to move with grace and compassion for what isn't graceful and where you wobble, until you land on the earth and noticing how you feel. Thumbs pressing into the sternum. You're still up on your tippy toes. Press the thumbs into the sternum, engaging your belly, taking in a huge inhale, and exhale, slowly rising up, engaging little things, tiny things along the way to help keep you steady. Lots of wiggles and wobbles and micro adjustments. Reaching tall, tall, tall on your tippy toes skyward. Lower your heels, lower your hands and release. Scrunch your shoulders up to your ears. Occiput into the shoulders. Exhale, drop the shoulders, palms open towards the front, and enjoy. Noticing how you feel. Lift up all 10 toes, spread them wide, and lowering them down. Once again, bring your hands to heart. We're going to come into tree pose, another pose of strength. Lift up the 5 toes on the left foot, spread them wide, lower them into the earth, sending your roots downward. Roots are a source of strength. Right heel is going to come into the left shin. For some of you, this will be your tree. Engage that right glute, tuck your right knee back. Notice your belly here and engage. When we engage it, we have this strength. We have such strength in our center. We focus on all the lack of core strength. But all of us, when we just attend to those muscles, what you pay attention to is what you notice. Sending them love and attention and appreciation. If you would like to raise your right sole of your foot to your calf, you can do that. I recommend not going all the way up and focusing here on all the tiny muscles. Tuck that right knee back a wee bit. And if you wish, raise your branches tall. Use your belly here. Strong, strong, strong. We're focusing more on the strength and groundedness of the tree. Wiggling your fingers. Lowering your hands back to heart center. Draw your knee towards the front and you'll lower it down, shaking it out. Once again, the tree roots need nourishment. Movement is nourishment. Remembering that just moving the blood flow, bathing each cell allows them to grow stronger and fill like the heart. Hands to heart center once again. Noticing that this connection to the heart center helps us be balanced, aligned, and strong. Right toes lift up. rooting them downward, growing roots, connecting with your strength and the strength of the earth below. Your feet are a source of strength, using every foot muscle here to help you balance. Press the thumbs into your sternum. Left heel is going to come to the left shin. If you want to raise it to the left calf, feel free. Tuck that left knee back, engage the left glute. Hands pressing into the sternum here for strength and breathing. Breath is also a source here. Left knee is going to tuck back a tiny bit more. And if you would like to grow branches and reach tall, reaching tall, using your belly here to spread wide, using your armpits, your shoulders, wiggle your fingers in the breeze. Trees can be fun, beautiful. Envision your favorite tree as you stand here strong and tall. Engage your belly fully. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, sending the breath everywhere into the belly. And exhale, let it out. Hands back to heart center. Knee comes forward and lower it down, shake it out, roll your shoulders. And come to the top of your mat. Noticing your feet, lifting up all 10 toes, lowering them downward. Once again, drawing the energy up through your legs into your belly. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky. Palms come together, slight arch back, and fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Spine is flat, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms on the earth and step back to plank, top of the push-up. A little bit like Tadasana or mountain pose. Using your core, using your hands, using your arms, using your shoulders. You'll notice a lot of shaking, a lot of wobbling. Notice how everything here works together. It's like magic. Remembering to breathe, sending the breath everywhere. Notice your glutes here and engage them. Notice your calves and engage those. Huge breath in. Drop your heels to the left, reach your right arm up, coming into side plank. If that works for you, you can bend your left knee and reach your right arm over, stretch the whole right side body. Do what works for you. Ahimsa here. Do no harm. Notice what feels good. If it doesn't feel good, you won't do it again. And you won't grow any strength. Reach your right arm back up, coming back to plank. Pausing in the middle, transitioning well, engaging everything. Drop your heels to the right, reach your left hand towards the sky. Coming into side plank, you can reach that left arm over the left ear if that feels good. And enjoy what opens up here, what happens. Coming back to tabletop. Shifting your weight forward onto your tippy toes, bend your knees and lower down chaturanga towards the floor. Third eye will land on the floor. And taking a moment here to rest. Rest and relax. Bring your hands by your sides, palms up. Inhale and lift up into locust pose. The front of the hips will lower to the earth, feet will lift, hands will lift, heart shines forward, looking forward. Enjoy your back muscles. Different ones alive. Exhale, lower and release. Put your right ear on the floor, gazing to the left, and relax. Release, enjoy. Huge nourishing breaths here. Turn your gaze to the other side. Release the neck. Bring your forehead back to the earth. Bring your hands back to your shoulders. Curl your toes. And slowly lift up to downward dog. And pause here for a moment. Release the back. Downward dog is a spine stretch. Lifting up high and enjoying it. Lower your heels, walk the dog, pumping the blood flow, perhaps waggle your hips. Really have some fun with it. Press your hips towards the sky once again.
And slowly walk your feet up towards your hands, coming into a forward fold. You're gonna place your palms on the earth, step your right foot back, drop your right heel to the earth, cartwheel open into warrior two. The warrior poses are strong poses. Tall in warrior two here. Engage your belly. Arms will cartwheel out in either direction. Inhale, pouring the breath right into your belly. Exhale, sink into your hips, bend that front knee, reach both hands in the opposite direction. Notice your left knees and left toes and wiggle them farther forward if your left knee is in front of your toe. Huge breath in here. Engage the right glute. Exhale, sinking in. Bend your left elbow, reach your right arm over, coming into side angle pose. Lengthen the whole right side body. Everything there being bathed. Cartwheel open once again, coming back to warrior two. Drop your right hand down the right thigh, reach the left arm up, coming into reverse warrior. Coming back up to warrior two. We're gonna twist forward towards the front. Arms will reach towards the front, hips will reach towards the front. Hop your right foot outward, coming into warrior one, facing forward. Another strong warrior pose. Belly engaged, reach your arms up towards the sky. Reaching tall, exhale, sink into warrior one. Right hip is tacked forward. Back heel is reaching towards the floor. It may or may not reach. You'll have a lovely calf stretch. Open your arms out towards the side. Recross them at your sacrum. Shoulders down and back. Stretch the shoulders, stretch the front of the chest. Huge breath in. Exhale, we'll fold forward to the inner edge of the left knee, coming into humble warrior. Enjoy. Big breath. Exhale, release. One more big breath here. Slowly rising back up to warrior one. Release the clasp of your hands, bringing them to heart center. And we're going to come into warrior three here. Another strong, strong pose. You'll lift up onto the tippy toes of the back foot. Hop forward a footprint or two. Connecting that left foot into the earth, lift your toes and shift forward into the balance pose. And enjoy it. Perhaps roll out the back ankle, remembering to soften, just like the heart. When we allow the muscles to fill and bathe, they can do their work much more effectively. Engage that right glute, soften into the wiggles and wobbles. If you wish to bring your arms out, do what's fun and works for your shoulders. Making it fun is very helpful. Lower that back foot, raising both arms up into warrior one. Lower your hands to the earth. Hop the back foot out a little bit, coming into pyramid pose, sending the blood flow into the back of the left leg here. Huge breath in. Exhale, bend, release, and lower. Bathe that left back of the leg with breath, blood flow, stretch. Lifting up all 5 toes of that front foot. Spread them wide, lower down. Inhale for a half lift. Noticing what happens with the back of the leg here with the breath. Exhale, lower down. Release your head and neck. Pause and be present. Pause and enjoy. And focusing here upside down on your strengths, the strengths you want to grow. Letting go of what's weighing you down. Perhaps old stories about how you're not good at being strong. You're not good at being consistent. Letting those go. Letting there be a new story of how you want to feel in life and who you want to be. And what would that person do? And she may not do what you think. Asking her what her advice is. What would she do? Would she do more yoga? Would she go for more walks? Would she sleep more? Usually, you know, it's the you that feels good that has the good advice and usually has the desire and the information. And it's not usually the checklist that you read about in someone else's miracle morning book. Hop that back foot forward to meet the front, coming into a forward fold. Widen your feet. Bring your hands to your sacrum and reclasp them and allow your hands to fall forward. Release the head and neck. Just enjoy the release. If you want to release your wrists, if they're bothering you, roll them in either direction with kindness. Notice what feels good to you. And enjoy the front of the shoulders. Bend the left knee, straight the right, gaze to the right. Enjoy that right hip, pop open. Right knee bends, straight the left, gaze to the left. Come back to center. Allow your hands to fall a tiny bit farther forward. Breathe. Huge nourishing breaths. Bring your hands back to your sacrum. Run them down your thighs towards the earth. And you'll step that left foot back, cartwheeling open into warrior two. Reaching in either direction. Bend that right knee, sink into the right foot and enjoy. Huge breaths in, bathing everything with breath. And sinking in. Inhale. Exhale, bend the right elbow, lower the right arm to the right thigh, lightly reach the left arm over side angle. Sending the breath to every cell and nook and cranny, giving it blood flow. Without blood flow and breath, things can't awaken and strengthen. Sometimes it's just nourishing them, allows them to come alive, and you've got a lot more things that work than you ever imagined. Reaching up back to warrior two, enjoy. Huge breath in. Exhale, drop your left hand down the left thigh, right arm reaches over, coming into reverse warrior. Breathing into the front of the right body, cartwheeling open to warrior two. Shifting your arms to face the front, hop the back foot out about 6 inches and a little more angled forward, bend that front knee, coming into warrior two, warrior one, sorry. Tack the left hip forward, right hip back. Finding your balance in your center. Arms will reach out towards the side walls, reclasp at the sacrum, shoulders down and back. Enjoy the heart shining forward, chest opens, shoulder release. Engage your belly here. Huge full inhale. Exhale, folding forward into humble warrior if that works for you. If not, stay up top and stretch. It feels amazing. That may be what your body needs. One more breath here. Send some kindness and love to that right outer hip. Inhale, rise upward. Release your hands. Bring them to heart center. Once again, noticing the strength of the connection to the heart space. Bring your thumbs into your sternum, palms together. Shift that back foot forward a footprint. We're going to tip into warrior three. Raise your left leg, tipping forward. Bring your heel up. Come to a spot that feels good. It may be different on this side. Right hips and left hips are very different. They have different strengths. Strengthening your strengths and appreciating all those other tiny muscles that support as well. Huge breath in and out. Bathing every cell and nook and cranny with oxygen. Lower that back foot, reach your arms up towards the sky. Warrior one. A little fun stretch for the left calf, reach the arms up, lengthen the side body, exhale forward, fold, hop the back foot forward, coming into a pyramid pose to bathe the back of the right leg with breath and blood flow. Release your head and neck. Lift up all 5 toes, stretch them wide, lower them down. Using the breath to soften and fill. Just like your heart is a muscle, all of your muscles need softening, filling time, movement, stretching. It's not just about pushing. And notice that the pushing doesn't usually work. It's using that future you and how you want to feel. And if you want to be stronger, what's the stronger version of you recommend? What is the stronger version of you who feels the way you want to feel? What would she suggest you do more of, less of, do today? She might suggest you sleep all day. She might suggest you spend time in nature. She might suggest you practice more mindfulness or presence. Who knows? Consulting with that version of you can be very, very powerful. And one of the reasons I bring this stuff up while upside down is when we're upside down, we're more receptive to different shifts. Our perspective is shifted. You're also more relaxed. Your muscles are more full and your thinking will be more flexible here. Breathing into every nook and cranny of that back, front leg. Last breath here. And release. Hop the back foot forward to meet the front. Bend your knees and roll up. Inch by inch by inch, unrolling with kindness. Enjoying it. And we're going to come to stand, taking a moment to adjust, letting the blood flow settle, allowing yourself to enjoy this. I used to always be so frustrated because we move right on. And Tadasana feels so good. Don't miss the parts that feel good. They're the part that make you want to come back. They incentivize you. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Let the joy of those awakened cells, muscles, the blood flow, let it feel good and enjoy it. Not for any purpose other than to notice that it feels good. Huge breath in and a huge cleansing breath out, letting go of anything else still there that maybe you'd like to let go of that's holding you back. Another cleansing breath into your nose and out through your mouth. Drop your shoulders. The shoulder drops, shove your shoulders all the way up and release with intention, letting things go with that drop. Many, many of us carry stuff there. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together, thumbs together. Bring your thumbs to your sternum. We're going to step our feet wide, coming into second position and come into goddess pose. You're going to sink your hips down and your knees will be right over your ankles. Sinking down, make sure your feet are wide enough. Tuck your pelvis under, engage your belly, press the thumbs into your sternum. Huge breath in, pouring into that heart space. Your heart is shining forward. Exhale, sink your hips, sink your knees a little bit lower. Your quads should notice. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, sink down a smidge more, pouring that breath everywhere. Raise your right heel and lower it. And raise your left heel and lower it. Big breath in. Exhale, standing up into star pose, reach your arms up towards the sky, stretching tall and long. Lowering your arms towards your thighs and we'll heel toe our toes together. We're going to slowly transition to lying down. And I know that today's class was more intense than usual. And I hope that you moved through it knowing what you needed. As you lower down, engaging your belly and rolling down with kindness in whatever way feels good for you. Allowing yourself to arrive in this body that has done whatever of the class it did. Widening your feet slightly. Bring your heels towards your rear end, bend your knees. Palms will face the floor. Pressing into your feet and your hands, lift your hips up. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you, coming into a bridge pose, an active bridge pose today. Grabbing the outer edges of your mat, tugging your mat towards your heels, reach your hips as high as you can, and connect your knees energetically towards each other. Huge breath in and out. Reaching your hips as high as you can. Once again, high, high, high. Exhale, let it out. Engaging your glutes, lift a little bit higher. Just enjoying all the sensations here. Maybe have a little shaking. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Notice your heart light in your chest. And notice how it feels in this different spot. Lots of things awakening. Reaching your hips towards the sky. Untuck your shoulders, untuck your hands, and lower down slowly. Lots of tingles. Undoing anything that's kinked, and give yourself a minute to arrive and really enjoy this juiciness. Huge breath in and out.
Another big, huge breath in. And a big release. Bend your right foot, bring your right ankle to your left knee, sorry. Thread your hands behind the left thigh and coming into a figure four, if that works for you. Ankles flex to protect your knee. Press your right elbow into that right knee and release the right hip. 3 breaths. Easy, kind release here. Release your left hand, lower the left foot to the floor. Raise your arms over your head into an easy cactus shape, and you'll drop the right sole of the foot to the left, coming into a twist. Figure four twist. The outer edge of the left thigh is on the floor, left knee is pointing to the left. Breathing into the glute, the waist, sending the breath, creating space. And noticing all those tiny muscle fibers that are there, sending them breath and strength. Appreciating them for all the things they do in our life. Perhaps they help us with surgery. Perhaps they help us carry children. They help us do yoga. What else do they help us do? Climb mountains, things we love, play pickleball, whatever it is. Appreciating your body for what it does do, where it is strong, focusing on your strengths, focusing on growing your strengths and appreciating your strengths allows you to feel strong. When you feel strong, rather than someone who has a lot to work on, you move forward much faster. Bringing your knees back to center, uncross the foot, raise the left ankle to the right knee, thread your hands behind the right thigh, hugging in for a figure four. Anchors are flexed to protect your knees, and press the left elbow into the left knee to really enjoy that left hip. You can roll your ankles if they feel like they would like it. Hugging it in a little tighter if that feels delicious. Allowing this to feel amazing. Feel luxurious. Let the blood flow, soften, fill. That actually allows us to grow stronger and inspires us to want to. Huge breath in. Exhale, release your hands, bring them over your head once again in a cactus shape or a T, whatever works for your shoulder. Drop the left sole of the foot to the right and knees come to the right, coming into a figure four twist here. Bathing all the tiny waist fibers on that left side, the ones we never attend to. Sending them love and appreciation. Gifting them blood flow and space and oxygen to fill, replenish, restore. Even in that process, we grow more awake and alive and stronger. And when you feel more alive, you feel more like doing things, moving more, going places. Your brain works more creatively to solve problems. Breathing into that left waist and enjoying it. Bring your knees back to center, uncross them. Hug your knees into your chest, bring your hands to your knees, and just have a little rock. Massage the sacrum the whole way. Try rocking all the way to the edge and not tipping, and all the way to the other edge, using your inner strength, the one we often think we don't have, to draw us back right from the edge, but enjoying that edge, enjoying the full massage. Bring your knees in towards you. Come into a happy baby. Outer hands come to the outer edges of the feet and enjoy this juicy stretch. Use your belly here. Lower your knees to the floor. Rock side to side. Noticing it's not just a stretch. Things are working here and it's fun. Soles of the feet flat to the sky. Rock to the edges. Coming back to center and stillness. Press the knees towards the floor a tiny smidge more. Use your arms here to press your knees towards the floor. Draw the soles of your feet together. Press your heels towards your groin. Enjoy the release. And lower your hands, lower your feet towards the floor. Release your hands, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana or reclining butterfly. A rest restorative pose. The more we do, the more we need to rest. Rest and recovery is a strategy used by many people, not people in medicine. It's very effective. Remembering to rest, allowing yourself to recover and enjoy it. It actually grows strength. Bring a hand to heart and a hand to belly, connecting in, noticing how good you feel. Noticing how good the blood flow feels. And as you settle in here, connecting with your future self, the you on August 1st or 6 weeks from now, whenever that is, how would she like to feel? And if you felt that way, what would you start doing more of now? What would you grow? What would you strengthen? What would you enjoy more of? What would you do less of that you don't enjoy? Creating space and softness for things to fill. Learning from your heart. Huge breath in to whatever came up there, letting it be seen. And a long, smooth exhale, release and enjoy. Bring your hands to your outer thighs and you'll draw your knees together. We're going to come into Shavasana in whatever pose that works for you. If you want to put a bolster under your knees, if you happen to have one, or grab a blanket, or just come into a minimalist Shavasana. Toes will reach towards the outer corners of your mat, palms open towards the sky if that's comfortable for your shoulders, about 6 inches from your waist. Allowing yourself to soften and settle. Allowing the earth to hold you. Allowing your body to breathe for itself. Gifting yourself a few moments of rest, a few moments of recovery, a few moments of replenishment, of refilling, restoring, bathing every tiny cell with spaciousness, calm, and relaxation. If you'd like to stay longer, please do. The beauty of Zoom, YouTube, Shavasana. It can last as long as you would like it to. If you need more rest and restoration, gift yourself a little bit longer. If you'd like to come out, gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Taking in a huge, delicious inhale of breath. Reaching your arms long above you and your toes long in front as if you were waking up from a long winter's nap. Refilling every nook and cranny with the breath, oxygen, blood flow, energy. And a huge exhale release. Bringing your knees to your chest and rolling over to one side. gifting yourself a pause and a transition. No hurry to become upright. Noticing how you feel. And reconnecting for a moment in this kind fetal position to how you would like to feel. What would you like to feel more of? Just letting that be. And perhaps setting an intention to allow room for more of that, to do a few more things, a few more moments of things that help you to feel that way. Getting some advice from the person who feels that way a little bit more of the time. Small shifts are significant, just a little bit more of the time. 1%, 5%. When you're ready, press into your hands and come up to a comfortable seat. When you arrive, allow your sit bones to sink right back into the earth. Engage your belly and align your spine with kindness all the way up through the crown of your head. Resting your hands lightly on your thighs, palms open. Take a huge breath in through your nose, sending light and energy in through your arms at the same time, hands coming up to the heart space. Huge exhale, release. Bring a hand to heart and another hand to top. Feeling in how you feel in this moment. Feeling in, hopefully, pockets of energy, inspiration, pockets that feel good. Few moments of feeling more like you would like to. Perhaps feeling stronger, more energized, more alive. Pressing into that heart space, releasing a little bit of oxytocin, dopamine, letting it circulate around with all the other delicious neurochemicals, neurotransmitters that you feel in this moment. Notice the palmar surface of the top hand, rub it into the dorsal surface of the other, enjoying that. Pausing in stillness, taking a huge breath and an out breath. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. May you all feel strong. May you all connect with choice. May you all feel more what you would like to feel in this beautiful week ahead. Namaste.